Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing another live battle. This time we'll be pitting the Melmetal V and the Mewtwo V decks against each other. Gabbi is going to be piloting the Melmetal V deck, while I'm going to be using the Mewtwo V deck. I'm going to get into some deck profiles here to show you how we adjusted these decks, make them a little bit more consistent and a little bit more competitive against each other. So let's get right into that. All right, the first deck we're going to be looking at is the Melmetal VMAX deck that Gabbi is going to be playing. The main attacker, obviously, is going to be Melmetal VMAX for 2 Metal Energy. It has the Arm Charge attack that does 50 damage, and then you get to attach a Metal Energy from your hand to this Pokemon, and then its big attack is Mega Punch for 3 Metal Energy. It's going to do 140 damage. So Gabbi's going to be playing 2 of those bad boys. They're her biggest tanks, and they're going to be her biggest damage output dealers. However, there is a higher potential upside with the Unpheasant from Pokemon Go that Gabbi is going to be playing. She's going to be playing an Unpheasant line that's going to be having 3 Unpheasants, a Tranquil, and 3 Pitas. So a 3-1-3 line of the Unpheasant. The Unpheasant is really strong. The Unpheasant has the Hurricane Wing attack that is going to be doing 70 damage for each heads that you get, and you're going to be flipping 4 coins for those heads. So for just 2 colorless energy, you're going to be doing 70 damage, has the possibility of hitting up to 280. That's going to be able to knock out the Mewtwo V from the other set. And then the third biggest attacker in this deck is going to be the Celebrations Dialga. The Celebrations Dialga has the Metal Burst attack, has 60 base, and then for each Metal Energy attached to this Pokemon does an extra 20 damage. So if you have all 3 Metal Energy attached to do the basic attack itself, it's going to be doing 120 damage, and then it's only going to be capped out at the number of Metal Energy that you have in your deck. So obviously we're going to be needing a lot of Metal Energy. The Dialga needs a lot of energy. The Melmetal needs a lot of energy itself, 3 energy to do its attack. The Unpheasant, you want to be able to charge that bad boy up as fast as possible. So how are we going to be doing that? We're going to be using the Magnezone, the Giga Magnet Magnezone from Astral Radiance. That Magnezone has the Giga Magnet ability. You get to look at the top 6 cards of your deck, and if any energy you find there, any Metal Energy you find there, you're allowed to attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So this is going to be our biggest energy acceleration engine in the deck. That's why we are playing a 4-1-3 line of the Magnezone in order to get that bad boy out as fast as possible. So in order to get these Pokemon out, we are using 2 different Stage 2 Pokemon, the Unpheasant and the Magnezone. We are going to be using the rare candies reprinted in the Pokemon Go set. I love the look of these rare candies using the same picture, the same way that they look in Pokemon Go. I think they're awesome. What they allow you to do is they allow you to skip the middle evolution. So you notice in both of our evolution lines, we're only playing 1 of the Stage 1 Tranquil and Magneton. We're going to be needing these rare candies in order to evolve as quickly as possible. As soon as turn 2, we can get that Magnezone out and then start Giga Magneting to accelerate as much energy as possible. Ideally, we want to get maybe 2 Magnezone out. Hopefully, really 1 will get the job done. Generally, when you look at the top 6 cards, you're going to find at least 1 energy there, and if you're accelerating 1 energy every turn, that's just keeping you ahead of your opponent on the energy race. Also, to get those energy into play, we're going to be using 4 Metal Saucers. Metal Saucers lets you take an energy from a Metal Energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your benched Metal Pokemon. So it can't go to the active spot, it can't attach to the Unpheasant, but it is going to help you get the energy out of your discard pile. One thing that does seem to happen with this deck is that once you have your Pokemon knocked out, it's hard to find more energy. So the Metal Saucer is going to be your tool to get that energy that you used previously out of your discard pile and attached to your Pokemon. So now, because we are playing the Pokemon Go set, we wanted to try out a couple of the Pokemon search options that the Pokemon Go set printed. So we're playing 3 lure modules and 3 egg incubators. The egg incubator lets you flip a coin, and if heads, you get to search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. However, if you get a tails, not all is lost. You get to put the egg incubator on the bottom of your deck and potentially use it again later. Lure module, which I think is conceptually one of the coolest cards ever printed, just in terms of how it interacts with its game equivalent, how its effect is similar to the game equivalent. The Lure module lets you, each player has to reveal the top 3 cards of their deck, and they get to take any Pokemon they find there and put them into your hand. So it's cool. It can help your opponent, which can be frightening. However, it can also help you out as well if you're looking for those Pokemon that maybe you have the Magneton, or you have the Magnemite on the bench, you have the rare candy, and you just need to find the Magnezone, find that Magnezone, and then with the lure module and evolve them. We are using Evolution Incense in this deck as well. We have a lot of Evolution Pokemon we want to evolve, so we need to be able to use the Evolution Incense as well. We're playing 4 of those. Pokemon, you don't want to have to lose too much energy, so we're playing a couple switches. If you get stuck in the active spot with a Pokemon that you don't want to be there, you can get them out. Those are necessary, especially if you start a Pokemon that wouldn't be ideal to start, like the Magnemite or something else like that. You want to be able to eventually switch into the Melmetal V into the active. We're playing 3 Jubilife Villages. Generally, this deck, unless you roll really fast with the Unfezant, get that Unfezant out turn 2, you're not really attacking the first few turns. So the Jubilife Village is great if you got a hand that's full of a lot of cards you don't need right now, too many that you don't want to get rid of, especially because we are playing 4 Professor's Research draw cards in this deck. Maybe you don't want to Professor's Research away all your rare candies or all of your Stage 2 Pokemon. So you can Jubilife Village to help, reshuffle your deck, put that hand that cards you don't want to get rid of into your deck, and draw new cards. And then finally, just a couple Boss's Orders. Bring up those bench Pokemon that your opponent is maybe trying to set up, trying to evolve their own Stage 2 Pokemon, bring them up, knock them out before they are able to do so. And then finally, 12 Metal Energy in the deck. That is going to help you get all your attacks off, and the Magnezone is going to be looking for to hopefully get as powered up as possible. This deck has tended to be the quicker of the 2 decks. It goes off to an early lead, and then you're just trying to sustain that lead and knock out your opponent's Pokemon. After you quickly accelerate with the Magnezone, quickly get energy into play with the Metal Saucers, and then you just start attacking, and putting a lot of early pressure with the Melmetal V, with the Unfezants, and the Hurricane Wings, especially if you're hitting a lot of heads. Next, we're going to be looking at the deck that I'm going to be playing, the Mewtwo V deck. The next deck we're going to be looking at is the Mewtwo V deck that I'm going to be piloting against Gabbi. The main attacker in this deck is the Mewtwo V, printed in the Pokemon GO set. For a Psychic and a Colorless, you get to do the Super Psybolt attack, dealing 50 damage, and then the Transfer Break attack for 2 Psychic and a Colorless does 160, but however, you have to move a energy from the Mewtwo to one of your bench Pokemon. So it can be good in the sense that if your Mewtwo is potentially going to get knocked out, you're kind of saving an energy, you're protecting an energy down to the bench Pokemon. However, if you don't have a lot of energy, you might not be able to find one for the next turn. If the Mewtwo lives, you might not be able to do the Transfer Break the next turn. So potential drawback, potential benefit, it kind of really relies on you to strategize that out. So we're going to be playing 2 of the Mewtwo V. The main engine in this deck to help accelerate, similar to the Magnezone from Gabbi's deck, the Melmetal deck, is going to be the Shining Arcana Gardevoir that has the ability Shining Arcana. You get to look at the top 2 cards of your deck. If you find an energy card, you get to attach it to a Pokemon in any way you like, and then you get to put the other cards into your hand. So that's very awesome. This is the main draw engine of the deck. Not only does it find you energy and accelerate energy from the deck, but it also draws you cards and helps fill your hand up. So we are playing a 4-1-4 line of the Shining Arcana Gardevoir. The Ralts does have an attack that comes up, can be pretty relevant. The Confuse Ray attack does confuse your opponent's active Pokemon, especially if your opponent is very quick off the bat. You can confuse them, make them flip a coin every single turn to see if they are confused or not, can deal damage, potentially damage to themselves, and help stall out their aggression. We're also playing the Hatterene in this deck, the Witch Rondo Hatterene. The Witch Rondo is a very interesting ability. It essentially is a kind of reverse order escape rope. It allows you to move one of your bench Pokemon into the active spot, and your opponent then has to do the same. So you can essentially force them to bring up a Pokemon earlier than they would have liked, or you can force a very strong Pokemon out of the active spot to maybe knock out one of their setup Pokemon or one of their help Pokemon, or a Pokemon that hasn't been set up yet on the bench. Bring up a Melmetal V early and start attacking it, get damage onto it. And then it also has a very interesting Psychic attack that does 30 base damage and then an extra 50 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. The Melmetal V deck does attach a lot of energy. It has that Celebrations Dialga that attaches a lot of energy. The Melmetal takes 3 energy to attack. The Magnezone takes 3 energy to attack. Really, the Hatterene is only not super strong against the Unfezant. Doesn't match up well into that because the Unfezant typically only has 2 energy attached. So you're only doing 130, where that Unfezant has 140 HP. The Gardevoir itself, I didn't mention, does have a good attack late game for itself. It's got the Brainwave attack. That is 60 base damage and then an extra 30 damage for each psychic energy attached to this Gardevoir. So you can build it up, whereas none of your other Pokemon are typically going to be able to one-hit a lot of the Melmetal V Dex Pokemon. The Gardevoir late game especially can build up enough energies to start one-hitting Melmetal Vs and any sort of other benched Pokemon that might be left in the late game as you're transfer breaking, moving energy to the Gardevoir, things like that. So we are playing for the Hatterene. We are playing a 4-1-3 line. The Hatenna does have a really great ability for the early game as well. It has the Find a Friend. You get to search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So if you already have like a Ralts or another Hatenna on the bench and you have a rare candy in your hand, you're just missing that evolution Pokemon, you can go and get the Gardevoir. You can go get the Hatterene, and that way you'll be able to rare candy next turn. It was super useful attack early on. Then the only other early attack, kind of assisting Pokemon is an Indeedee. We're playing a couple of these. The Indeedee from the Fusion Strike set has the Call for Family attack. Get to search our deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on our bench. So if we have this guy out early, we can start getting our basic Pokemon out. We really know we want to do that because we need to be evolving into the Hatterene, evolving into the Gardevoir. So we want to get those basic Pokemon out early. Similarly, we are also playing the Pokemon Go rare candies, 4 of those to help evolve into our Stage 2 Pokemon. And then the stadium that we are using in this deck, because we want to be able to find all the item cards, we want to be able to find the rare candies, we want to be able to find all the Pokemon search that we need, we are playing 2 Pokestops new from the Pokemon Go set. And what you get to do with this stadium card is you get to discard the top 3 cards of your deck and then take any item cards you find there and put them into your hand. So kind of runs the risk of potentially discarding important Pokemon that you might need or discarding energy. This deck is similar to the other deck, is only playing 12 psychic energy. But you are, to mitigate that, we are playing 2 copies of the Energy Recycler. You get to take 5 basic energies from your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. So the Energy Recycler does mitigate the Pokestop a little bit. Sometimes you end up discarding a couple energies and the Energy Recycler that you get back with the Pokestop, and then you can put the energies back in the deck eventually. So kind of has the back and forth there. But what it leads to late game is that your deck is very full of basically only energies. You get to use the Energy Recycler, put more energies back in the deck, and then the Gardevoir is very likely to find energies off the top 2 with the Shiny Arcana ability and accelerate those energies. So late game, you're very thinned down to a lot of energy cards, and the deck runs really smoothly. However, deck does kind of struggles early on. We are playing similarly, wanted to test out these Pokemon search cards from the Pokemon Go set using the lure modules again. Each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck and gets to keep all Pokemon that they find there. The rest gets shuffled back to the deck. Then the Egg Incubator, flip a coin to find basic Pokemon. We're also playing the Fog Crystal in this deck. This is really good to find energy early on if you need it, and also to find the basic Psychic Pokemon. So we're playing 4 of those from the Chilling Rain set. And then also we're going to need 3 of the Evolution Incenses. Very important with our rare candies that we have the Evolution Pokemon to quickly evolve into those Stage 2s. So we're playing 3 Evolution Incense. Other cards draw that we have in this deck with the 4 Professors Research. And then similarly, we're playing 2 Bosses Orders to help bring up those Pokemon from the bench and attack them before your opponent can get set up, or if they're trying to hide a damaged Pokemon on the bench, we want to be able to knock those out. And then, as I mentioned earlier, 12 Psychic Energy. So those are both the decks. The Melmetal deck, as I mentioned earlier, gets off to a really quick start, is really strong early game, and tries to maintain that strong start. Where typically this Psychic deck is a little bit slower. Its draw engine and its energy acceleration engine isn't quite as powerful until later in the game with the Shining Arcana. So typically this deck, starts off a bit slower, but is looking to make big comebacks when you start accelerating a lot of energy from the deck in the late game. All right, we're going to put these 2 decks against each other. I'm going to be taking the Mewtwo deck, Gabbi will be taking the Melmetal deck, and we'll see who comes out on top. Lisa?
Yeah.
Good luck, Gabbi.
Good luck, JP. Wait, I didn't take my mulligan. This is my mulligan.
Okay.
This is my draw for turn.
Sounds good. Oh.
Well,
She likes what she sees.
if this was like next to it, this would be.
Primo?
Yeah. I'm gonna put Magnemite. Attach for turn.
That's pretty scary.
And pass.
Alright. We're gonna need... Alright. Hand's looking a little scuffed, so we're gonna need a good egg incubator roll here. Egg incubator, we get to flip a coin. We get to put a basic from our deck onto the field. If we get heads, we didn't get heads. If we get tails, it goes on the bottom of the deck.
Maybe that's how my cards got upside down last time we put it. Like, maybe I put my egg incubators the wrong direction.
Bench a Hatena, and then attach return, and we get to find a friend. Search for a deck for Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into our hand. So, this friend, we gotta go find... I'm kind of scared...
Yeah,
but then if you knock me out, I guess I'm gonna go for the Ralts. I kind of wish I could have put one of the Indeedis on the bench, because like even if you knock out the Hatena, then I get to use the Indeedis Find a Friend to get 2 basic Pokemon on my bench. But this doesn't even go on my bench; it goes in my hand. All right, guys, you're up.
Draw for turn. Oops, draw for turn.
I got 2 decided.
That one back in. I saw
No,
it.
you're fine.
All right, let's get this party started with boom, rare candy. Boom, rare candy number 2. Boom, Unpheasant. Boom, Magnezone.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Deck doing what it's supposed to do. You know, you love to see that.
Okay, I'm gonna use Giga Magnet.
Do I need you to go 0 for 6 here?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh.
5, 6. Okay, I got 1. Kinda wish I got more.
Needed that hot 0 for 6.
Attach one here. Okay. And then Hurricane Wing.
Alright.
Boom! Knockout.
Okay. Draw for turn. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. Ralts on the bench. Attach return. Find a friend. Not loving my options here. I guess I'll get the Mewtwo. Probably should have just got that to begin with. And it's your turn, Gabby. Yeah, the hand is super dead here. If you could play like a lure module or something, that would be hot.
Magnemite. Attach manually. Okay, I guess I'll Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There was the 4th one down last time too.
Yeah. I thought if I was getting them earlier in the game, I'd get a little bit more energies, but I mean it's fine. Just attach there. Then Hurricane Wing. Knockout.
Great. Alright, draw a turn. Dang. Needed a rare candy there. Okay. Well, I mean, bench the Mewtwo. And we just gotta get lucky. Attach return. I guess I'll try and thin my deck out with the Evolution Incense. And go get a Gardevoir. And then we're gonna Confuse Ray. So you're active Pokemon is now confused.
I put it sideways or
Upside down. You just turn the Pokemon upside down. So now when you attack, you have to flip a coin. If tails, your attack fails, and you do 30 damage to yourself.
Draw for turn. Egg incubator. Okay. I'm going back in. I draw for turn.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got the egg incubator. Okay. Attach. Well, I'm gonna use my Giga magnet. It's always the fourth one. That's so weird.
That's so weird. It's just the fourth one, but it is the fourth one every turn.
Okay.
Where's it going?
Here. And then I guess I have to flip a coin to see if Unpleasant's going to be confused or not.
You didn't want to attach return?
Attach return.
Dang.
Yes!
Okay, well,
He's unconfused, right?
so
That
his
wasn't
attack goes through, so now you have to flip for the attack.
Yeah, so
He stays confused, though.
Oh, okay. His attack works. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I can get 4 coin flips for attack.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Little tails.
Dropped it onto the floor.
3
God,
tails.
they're all in 5s too.
Let's go, Let's do it. No,
Yes!
2. Oh, heartbreaking. All right.
So he's still confused the next turn too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Attach return and
this
pass.
is what it felt like to be me playing Mewtwo against you.
Yeah.
What it felt like the last couple of times we played.
Yeah.
Drop return. Dialga on the bench. I'm going to help you out a little bit, potentially, with a lure module.
Alright. So we each turn over the top 3 cards. We get to keep all the Pokemon and shuffle everything else back in. I got a Ralts.
I was kind of hoping to get another P-Dove. Or to get my Melmetal. Both would have been nice. Okay. So then, I'm gonna Evolution Incense to look for this guy's medium one. Evolve to Magnezone. And then, okay, I'm gonna see if I'm still confused or not.
Confusion check.
Ah!
Tails. You take 30 damage.
Boo.
Alright, draw for turn. Okay, egg incubator.
Did you
Nice.
so aggressively hit my
It was an accident.
dice?
Alright, we'll get the Ralts. And you can bench another Ralts.
How many Ralts are in your deck? It feels like
4.
there's like 7, but I know that there's a limit. It's a
And I have to pass this turn.
Oh, I forgot to get a magnet last turn. Oh well. Okay. Draw for turn. P-Dove. Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5, 6. It's still just 1, but it was on 3 instead of 4. I'll attach to Magnezone. Wait. Yeah. And then let's see if I'm confused or not.
Heads, okay.
Okay.
So you get to attack.
So now
You're,
you took my dex.
sorry. You're doing Hurricane Wing, right?
Yeah.
Tails. Tails.
Yes.
Heads.
70.
Tails.
Only 70.
Alright, we still in it. Draw for turn. Bro, I just keep drawing Pokemon. I can't get any trainers. Alright, we can evolve into Curlia. And pass.
Okay. Draw for turn. Ooh, Melmetal. Evolve to Tranquil. Thank you. And then Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 1 every time.
Well, I mean, you're getting free energy every
better than
turn.
Nothing, yeah.
You also, you pulled out, what, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8 energy from the deck now? Like, there's not that much
Yeah,
energy
that's
left
true.
in the deck.
I think I'm just gonna put on this Magnezone and hope I get the evolution. Oh wait, no. No, I'm not little.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I'm confused.
Tails. 30 more damage. Alright, drop
It's
return.
like annoying in these decks because there's not as many like switches and stuff, so like
Evolve the
I'm
Gardevoir.
very stuck here.
And we use Shining Arcana. Those are the top 2 cards of my deck. Get to attach any energies I want. We'll attach an energy right there. Needed 2 though. I guess what we can do is we can Pokestop. We drew that now. And then Pokestop, discard the top 3 cards of my deck. I get to keep any item cards. Discard Hatterene. Discard Energy. Discard Hatena. Oh, I really needed a Fog Crystal there. Okay, well, we get to Super Cybolt for 50 to put you on. What's that?
110.
110? Okay.
Well, 110 damage. Yeah.
Yep.
Draw for turn. Okay. And let's see if I'm confused. Yes.
Okay, not confused.
Not confused.
Heads.
70.
Tails.
Still 70.
Tails. Tails. That puts me at
70.
140.
Yeah, 140. Chipping away. Very slowly.
Alright. Draw for turn. Oh, the next card was literally Fog Crystal. That's a heartbreaker. I'm kind of debating. We have a Fog
Oh, I forgot
Crystal.
to Giga Magnet!
Classic Gabbi.
Ugh.
Alright, well, Shining Arcana. Good to look at the top 2 cards of our deck. They're both going to go into our hand. We do have another Mewtwo. And let's see. I think we got to Fog Crystal. We want to get an energy for turn. So we'll get that into our hand.
Things are moving for Jakey now.
Maybe should have Pokestop. No, Pokestopping in a second is fine. Ooh. Dropping cards. I know, I have a long way to come back, though. A long way to come back. Alright. And then we'll Pokestop. Discard the top 3. We lose a Research. We lose an Energy. And we lose a Research. So I currently have 2, 3, 4, 5 energies in my deck, which are in my discard pile, which is fine for now. We'll attach for turn. We already used the Shiny Arcana, so then we get to Super Cybolt for knockout. Take a prize card.
Okay. I'm gonna put up Magnezone. Then draw for turn. Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a one and done kind of situation.
That's okay.
Put it on Melmetal. Then I'll Metal Saucer onto Melmetal. And then I'm going to use Magnezone's Power Beam to do 120 for knockout.
Alright, 2 prizes for Gabbi. Promote the Mewtwo. Alright. Draw for turn. Okay. Not too shabby. So, I think what we want to do is we want to Pokestop first. I've already got a lot of energy in the discard, so hopefully I don't end up throwing more in. Okay, we got a rare candy. Did lose the boss's orders, and we lose another energy. That's fine. So what we can do is we can rare candy the Ralts to evolve into our second Gardevoir. And then we are going to Energy Recycler to put 5 energies from the discard pile back into our deck. We're going to shuffle those bad boys back into our deck. That's going to give us the highest chance on the Shining Arcana that we could possibly do to hopefully find an energy. So what we got to do is we really need to find at least 2 energies so we can Transfer Break and knock out the Magnezone. And we still got a real tough road, but I think I don't know how much I want to risk it. I have a Fog Crystal. I can try and go get another basic to thin my deck out more. Or I maybe can play more conservative and save it for finding an energy if I only find 1 energy off of these 2 Shining Arcanas, which I think I need to do that. I'm going to play a little bit more conservative. So we're going to use the first Shining Arcana. Look at the top 2 cards. We find an energy, so we can attach it right there. Okay, I found another Fog Crystal off that, so we're going to use the first Fog Crystal to thin the deck out, and I can kind of look and see how much energy I have left. I've got a good amount, but I think I still want to save the other one. So we'll go get a Hatena with our Fog Crystal. And we're going to shuffle it up and then use our second Shining Arcana, hopefully finding energies to start accelerating.
Sorry. Just playing.
Alright. And then, yep, we use our second Shining Arcana. Look at the top 2 cards. No rare candies, no energies. So that's why we saved the Fog Crystal. So we got a Fog Crystal for an energy. We can attach that to the Mewtwo. And we get to use Transfer Break for knockout. And we have to move an energy, and we'll move it down to the Hatena.
Alright. Promote Melmetal.
Which, I guess, is that the best move?
Draw for
Yeah, I
turn.
think we actually got to move it to the Gardevoir.
Boss.
Okay. Gabbi wins that one. I was hoping you didn't have the final boss's orders.
I've had it for so long. I've had it since like one of the first hands.
I was hoping you didn't have that final boss's orders. Yep. Alright, I'm going to go first this time since I lost last time. Hopefully you can get a much better start. But honestly, my hand is not looking great. Bench another Hatena. Pretty much the start we had last time. Egg Incubator. It'd be big this time if we could actually hit the Egg Incubator. But we don't. That's cool.
Oh, this one doesn't have the logo. This one's a regular one.
And we attach for turn, and we get to pass.
Draw for turn. Sadly, my hand is not quite as fire as last time.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but
That's good.
it's
I'm gonna
not quite
need
as
that.
absolute fire as it was before.
I'm gonna need a very mediocre hand out of you to get out of the situation that I am in.
Okay, I'm gonna Egg Incubator. Ooh.
Heads.
Wait, okay, can I do my second Egg Incubator before I get it?
Sure.
Nice!
Okay.
Okay.
It would have been kind of tricky because if you'd failed, it had to go on the bottom, so you would have had to find your first one, shuffle,
yeah.
and put it on the
Sorry,
bottom.
I just didn't want to shuffle twice.
Yeah, if you, yeah.
Okay, I want to Melmetal. And I think I want another Pito. I just really like the
Pheasant. It does a lot of
Unpheasant,
damage for only
yeah.
2 energy.
Yeah.
It's really strong. At least in like this format, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would hold up as well in
Yeah, but like in these, in like the
In
V
this
battle
one,
decks,
yeah,
like
it's
200,
really good.
potentially 280 damage for 2 energy. I mean, even like 70 damage for 2 energy, you're kind of like, that stinks, but you're not like, it's not like the end of the world.
Oh, I already drew the turn. Okay. I think I'm going to attach to this Pito and then pass.
Alright. Draw for turn. We get a Mewtwo. That's nice. We can attach to the Mewtwo. And then we'll use the Find a Friend to go and get ourselves
Which Pokemon have fighting resistance?
all the P-Dubs in their
Okay.
evolution line.
Oh, okay. I should have done that then.
Probably.
I should have got the Tranquil.
Debating what exactly I want to do here. I think we go get the... I think we go get a Ralts and put a Ralts into our hand. Alright, Gabs. It's your turn.
Drop return. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do it this time. So I'm gonna attach here and use Chirp to start my deck for 2 Pokemon with fighting resistance. So I'll get a Tranquil. And an Unpheasant.
Alright. Take my turn. Draw for turn. Alright. Bench the Ralts. And... how much damage does the Tranquil do? 40? Debating on how exactly we want to do
Those
this.
are in my hand. You shouldn't have been able to look at them.
I can look at them when you pull them out.
But if I put it in my hand faster, you wouldn't have been able to look at them.
I would have been like, hey, can I look at the Tranquil?
And I would have been like,
Because you went too
no.
fast. We'll use Find a Friend.
Better find a friend.
We'll go get a second
Got
Ralts.
no friends here. Sorry, that's aggressive.
That is harsh.
That's
Dang.
aggressive. You're my friend.
I hope so. Alright, Gabs, you're up.
Draw for turn. Ooh, okay.
Oh, God.
Rare Candy into Unpheasant. Oh, shoot. I don't have any energies though.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball.
Okay. Well, we're going to evolve this one into Tranquil. I'd like to take that ball back. Can I?
What do you want to do?
I should have rare candied to this one and then
Oh,
I could
brutal,
have
Gabby. That's brutal.
Can I take it back?
Finally, take it back. Okay, let's put the rare candy back in your hand.
Oh, this was fine. The rare
That's what
candy
you're doing
back
for
in.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, rare candy onto
Magnemite.
Magnemite to get Magnezone and then Giga Magnet. 2, 3, 4. Is my karma that I don't get any? 5, 6. Okay, and then nothing else. Okay, well, I mean, I'll attach it there, but then nothing else has the resistance. I don't think. Besides,
I mean, you get
these,
more on
right?
pheasants.
Yeah, I guess I'll search
The
with
chirp. And you can thin the deck. You can get P-Dubs
Yeah.
on pheasants.
I
Thin
can
the deck.
get 2. So let me get That's concerning. Okay.
You only have one on pheasant? Interesting. Interesting. Could cut Gabbi off at the head.
That's it.
Alright, I'll draw for turn. Alright. I can use Rare Candy on Ralts to evolve into Gardevoir.
You sure you don't want to take that back?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll use Egg Incubator. My moves are thought out. Thank you.
I was just so excited
Heads.
to get the Rare Candy.
Egg Incubator heads. Big Egg Incubator heads. We love
You're a
that.
big egghead.
I'm a big egghead?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I'm so angry.
He's aggressive. Oh, our second... Oh, no, wait. Our second Mewtwo V is in here. I think...
You dropped a card.
I did. I dropped the Gardevoir. I'm debating on whether I want to go get another Ralts to try and get more Gardevoir so I can keep Gardevoiring, or if I want to get a... I guess we want to go get another Ralts. I was considering going and getting the second Mewtwo, because hopefully at some point I can like Gust up and Transfer Break and do all that kind of goody. Alright. Finally got the Egg Incubator heads. That's nice. And we can use Shining Arcana. Look at the top two cards. Did not find an energy. Oh, I really wanted to find that energy for the Mewtwo. That's too bad. And now I'm kind of debating here. I think we benched our third Ralts, and we're going to use Find a Friend to go and get... I want to say I have the Curlia in the deck. We've got to Find a Friend a lot, which has been really good for us. Yeah, I do have the Curlia. So we can start working towards our second Gardevoir. And it's your turn, Gabbi.
Draw for turn.
There's been a lot of setting up, though. Eventually this is going to come to blows.
Draw for turn. Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool.
None?
None.
Oof.
That's fine.
Potentially Gabbi prized a lot of energy.
Okay, well, we're going to evolve to Pheasant here. We're going to evolve to Pheasant here.
I didn't even see what you put
I
down.
put P-Dub. We're going to attach manually. Then we're going to retreat.
I don't think you need 3 energy on that pheasant.
Oh my god! It's going here. I was thinking it was 3. Okay, we're going to retreat here manually to put up Unpheasant. Then we're going to Hurricane Wing. Can I have a purple one?
Tails?
Just need to get 1 pheasant.
Tails?
Yes!
Oh, okay. Head goes down. Alright. I think we promote the Mewtwo here. Because we just need an energy, and then we can knock out. Gabbi's only 1 prize card ahead of me right now. So we're in not a terrible place. Alright, draw for turn. Alright. Evolve to Curlia. And we Shining Arcana. Look at the top 2. Okay, one of them's a Rare Candy, though, which is good, because we can then Rare Candy our Ralts to evolve into Gardevoir. Gives ourselves a second chance, if I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to do anything else. Second chance of the Shining Arcana to look at 2 again. No! No! Evolution says Rare Candy. Okay. Dang. I don't know... Now there's no other way. I already evolved... Dang, I already evolved the Curlia. That was a mistake, because I could have Evolution Incensed our Rare Candy to go get a third Gardevoir. So I made that mistake. Oh, this is really bad for us. Alright, bench Mewtwo. And we Super Psybolt for 50.
an energy manually. Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. I'm gonna put one on Melmetal, one on Magnezone. I don't know why I do that and then I think I can draw for turn. It's really weird. Okay. Then I'm gonna Hurricane Wing. You're scared.
I am. I'm terrified. Okay, tails. So we live.
Oop. That went really
Tails.
far. Golly just kept rolling.
Heads. Heads.
So 140.
140. Alright. Draw for turn. Alright. Pokestop. We can Evolution Incense.
Every time you put this out, I feel like I need to swipe it to make it spin.
Oh yeah. And we can go get our third Gardevoir. And I'm honestly not even sure if I should have played the Pokestop because I don't know how much we're going to be Pokestopping.
You keep items or Pokemon? I can't remember.
Item cards. And we're already at a place with 3 Gardevoirs. We don't exactly need a ton of item cards left. All right, so we'll Shining Arcana number 1. Look at the top 2, both go into our hand. Shining Arcana number 2. Top 2, both go into our hand. Bro. Okay, and we can Shining Arcana number 3. Look at the top 2, and both go into our hand. My sweet Jesus, how can we not? Gabbi at least finds 1 energy off of her top 6 cards. Okay, Rare Candy to evolve into the Hatterene.
Feels like at some point here you're just gonna start ripping a ton of energies off the top.
Yeah, you sure would hope so, right? Not 100% sure how we want to do that. Okay, I think we Fog Crystal to go get an energy. How many energies do I even have left in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we had kind of had a lot of energies. 4. Yeah. Do that, and we can Pokestop. Discard. 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 We get the egg incubator. Get the egg incubator back, which is good because we kind of just want to thin right now. And then I think what I want to do actually is I want to start going after big Melmetal. So I'll gust up the Melmetal with the boss's orders, and then I'll use Transfer Break to do 160 damage and move an energy back to my second Mewtwo here. So we need to start catching up in the prize trade, which means I need to start attacking the Melmetal.
Draw for turn. And Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just the one.
Put it on Magnezone. And then Mega Punch for knockout.
Alright.
Ooh.
Alright, so we're going to promote Mewtwo. And draw for turn. Yeah, we want to thin our deck as much as possible. So we'll lure module to look at the top 3 cards of our deck and take any Pokemon we find there, which we find none.
Theater.
And then we're going to, yeah, do I want to put this back in? Okay, we'll Pokestop first. So discard, boom, boom, boom. So we get the energy recycler and the egg incubator back. We will, let's see, we want to energy recycler first. So we get to put 5 energy cards back into our deck. And shuffle those back in. Which is going to give us a pretty good chance now of getting some energies off of this Shining Arcana. Alright, we do want to egg incubator. Tails, it's going to go on
the path that it took.
Go on the bottom. We can, they're staying on the bottom, so this is fine. So we can egg incubator again for another Tails. Great, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Alright, we'll use Shining Arcana. Look at the top 2. And they both go into our hand. Shining Arcana, look at the top 2, and we got 1 energy that we're going to attach right there. And we get to Shining Arcana for the 3rd time. Look at the top 2.
Wait, you already had the ability used.
I just put them all down. 1, 2, 3.
I felt like I don't know.
I haven't used them this turn. I've not used them this turn.
I must have just saw it wrong.
Alright, and we will use... How exactly do we want to do this? I think we want to try and attach more energy this turn. Okay, so we'll use Fog Crystal, because we want to at least get 1 more energy to attach. And then we'll also use... we'll use our 2nd Fog Crystal to go get our last basic Psychic Pokemon out of the deck. Okay. Really wanted to find more Psychic energy, but not gonna happen apparently. And we will attach a metal Psychic energy for the turn. Right there. Yeah, that's fine. And then we are going to use Transfer Break for Knockout. And we'll move a Psychic Energy to the Hatterene. And we have to take 2 prizes, bringing us back a little bit closer into the prize race.
Over module.
Alright. We look at the top 3. I get to keep
Nothing.
the Hatterene.
Do we shuffle them or they go at the bottom? We shuffle.
Shuffle.
Right? Okay. Then I'm going to Metal Saucer onto Magnezone. Then another Pedo. I'm going to put an energy on this Pedo, and then I'm going to Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing. Okay. And roll dice for Hurricane Wave.
Tails. So we live. Tails. Heads.
So 70.
Tails.
So just 70.
Just 70.
Just
The
hoping-
Hurricane Wing take. I know. I think you needed at least
I
2.
know, I really
So that way you
wanted-
could knock out with the
Yeah.
Magnezone next turn. Alright. Draw for turn. So we still got enough cards in our deck. We're feeling pretty good about this one. So we can use Shining Arcana. Do we want to Pokestop first? Yeah, we want to Pokestop first. 2, 3. Okay, we get the Egg Incubator and the Fog Crystal back. And then we can Shining Arcana number 1. Look at the top 2. Both go into my hand. I'll use the Evolution instead. Okay. And there's none left. But we do have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And over half of them are energies. Alright. So Evolution Incense is useless. I think what we want to do is we can bench a Hatena. Yep. And we can, I think what I like doing here, I want to save my Mewtwo to some extent. I'm kind of scared that Gabbi could P-Dove, could Rare Candy the P-Dove and attach an energy and knock me out. Although I feel like she would have already done it. And I think she said she only had 1 Unfezant. So if I just knock out the Unfezant, I think I'm fine. So we can Shiny Arcana and go get, look at the top 2. We can attach an energy, card back in our hand. Shining Arcana again. Look at the top 2. We get to attach both. And we'll attach them right there. And then we are going to Transfer Break for knockout and move energy to our Hatterene down here. And take a prize card.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to put up Giga Magnet. We're going to draw for turn. Okay. We're going to Pokestop.
Alright. Discard top 3.
1, so I get to keep that one.
Yep.
2, 3.
Dang, lost both the Celebrations Dialgas.
Then, shit. Okay. Dang it, okay. Then, Giga Magnet. 4, 5, 6. Gosh, dang it.
Nothing?
Yeah. Can't find what I want.
What were you looking for?
A rare candy.
Oh, wait, do you have the Unpheasant? Did you get off the prizes? Oh! You know what you probably should have done? You should have Giga Magneted first, because you found an energy would have thinned the deck.
I literally
then-
thought about this like so much, but then I was like worried it would get shuffled too far down. Like I don't know.
It's all like random though, like because you don't know where the rare candy is, so you
Yeah.
don't know if like shuffling will impact at all.
I know. I was having I couldn't decide. I literally like
Yeah.
agonized over that.
I mean,
the
you
whole
didn't
turn.
you didn't get any energy anyways,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I guess yeah.
And I can put 120 on you, but I'm scared you'll knock me out.
Uh huh.
Which I don't want to lose the Giga Magnet. So,
Oh, you're thinking about retreating.
I think I'm gonna switch.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put up P-Dove.
Okay.
And then pass, yeah.
Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have my boss, and I don't think it's in the deck. I'm also slightly thin on cards. I have, what, 5 cards left in the deck, and I still need to take 3 knockouts. So, here's what we're going to do. I want to start, okay, we can definitely rare candy the Hatena, evolve it into the Hatterene. And then I actually like attaching to my next Hatterene. And the only, yeah, that's kind of risky. I think this is actually a fine move though, that I can retreat my Mewtwo into the Gardevoir, and I can, I've already attached return, and then I think what I just do is I brainwave for knockout. And I take prize.
Drop return.
I probably should have Shining Arcana once. That might be a mistake. We'll see.
Then Giga Magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No energy?
No, I think there might be like one more in there. There's not a lot.
Yeah. That's what, because you already have, I know you had at least 5 energy in the graveyard, right? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5. You have 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have at least like 3 more energy, either in the deck or in the...
Yeah. Okay, then Pokestop. Okay.
Ooh, the rare candy.
Okay.
And you get all
really
3,
good.
dang.
That was really good.
Okay.
Okay, because I actually forgot that I didn't have energy in my hand either. So I needed the Metal Saucer.
But the Metal Saucer can't go to the P-Dove. You can only go to Metal Pokemon.
They tricked me how they're both gray.
It's gray and white.
Okay, rare candy.
Alright.
Okay, well, still stuck there, but okay, but this is interesting. See, this is interesting because I couldn't do my Professor's Research because I was going to lose my own on Pheasant, but now I have my own Pheasant,
yeah.
so I can Professor's Research. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which doesn't matter anyways. Okay, and revolve this friend right here. Let's see. An alert module.
Okay.
Okay, there's
Gabby's
freaking
trying to
energy.
pin me.
2,
Alright, I didn't get anything.
3. Oh, wait. I don't get to keep that. So there is an energy in there.
Yep,
It's in
you
there.
found one.
That's not my hand, but it's in there. Okay. And I just have to Power Beam for 120 now and pray you can't kill
Times
me.
2 is knockout.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. Ooh, okay. Please don't kill me.
Alright. Okay, draw for turn. We drew an energy, which we didn't really want to draw. That's okay, though, because we do have... Is there any way...
You know what would be dope? Is if
You know
when
what we
you
actually wanna
did
do?
double damage on someone, you also got double price cards.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, this can put me slightly low, but I think this is what I want to do. I want to Pokestop, because I want to try and thin out as much of the unnecessary cards from the deck.
Dang,
So I get the
very
lure module back, but now I can energy recycler and put,
good.
and I pretty much am only going to
I
have,
thought you only had one energy recycler.
no, there's 2. I'm pretty much going to have only energy left in the deck, along with, I think this is, yeah, an egg incubator.
It's just gonna keep going in there.
Yep. So that filled me back up a little bit, which is good. I can attach energy for turn. And then I can Shining Arcana to look at the top 2 and put both the energy down, which is all I really need, right? Yeah, and then we can attach for turn. And then we get to Psychic, and Psychic's going to do 180 for knockouts.
Okay.
Draw for turn. Or take my prize.
Do or die right here.
Yep. Gabbi needs the energy and a boss, kind of.
Turn. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I have the energy. I got off a prize.
Yep.
I have a boss.
Oh.
So I'm going to boss up your Mewtwo.
Yeah. This is pretty much the only way you win. And you need 3 heads.
I just gotta pray to the dice flip gods
You
at
need
this point.
3 heads. This is... God dang.
1.
No, okay. Heads. Tails.
Ah!
Okay, both these next 2 have to be heads.
No!
Tails! We take the victory.
No!
You want to roll the last one?
Yeah.
Tails. Okay, so I only have 140.
Ah!
I draw, and I use Transfer Break to knock out and take my last prize. So we're
Dang!
going to game 3. Oh, there's my other boss's orders. I was like, oh, I could really use another boss.
There's the lesson pheasant.
So you prized 2 on pheasants, though.
I only prized 1.
No,
You misinterpreted and I didn't correct you.
Oh.
I had 2 in my hand, so when I went to look for a third one, I couldn't find it. And you thought that meant there was like 1 in my hand and no more.
Yeah.
And I just didn't.
But you had 2 in your hand.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, good luck, Gabbi.
Good
Gabbi
luck.
has elected to go first.
Return. Magnemite on the bench. Magnemite on the bench.
Okay, I see what we're doing here. That's fun.
Attach for turn. And then pass.
All right, we'll draw for turn. All right, needed that. So we get to Egg Incubator. And roll the die. Heads, thank God. Okay.
You almost said tails.
You almost said tails.
No, you almost said tails.
You almost said tails.
No, you almost said tails.
All right, we'll get a Ralts. And then we're going to Egg Incubator again. Heads again. Let's go. Got a 2. Egg Incubator's popping off. I think what I want to do... I'm kind of debating. I think I'd really like to get... Just get another Ralts. I want to get the Gardevoir as quickly as possible. So I think I just get another Ralts. And then what we're going to do is we're going to Evolution Incense, because I want to try and thin Pokemon out as much as possible. So we'll go get a Gardevoir. We don't have the... we do not have the rare candy yet, though. So, what we really need to do is get a rare candy without hopefully destroying the rest of our deck. Which is going to involve a little bit of risky business.
It's a tricky balance.
A little bit of risky business with a Pokestop. So we are going to Pokestop.
Like, boom,
discard, okay, that had Tenna.
Discard 2 Mewtwo's.
I know.
You don't know.
Psychic Energy and Gardevoir. Okay.
Yeah, it's rough.
Don't love that. Don't love that for us.
These are kind of rough sometimes.
So we are going to attach for turn, and then we get to Confuse Ray to confuse the Melmetal.
So annoying, actually.
Actually?
Yeah. Okay, draw for turn.
Man, I probably should have got one of the Hatennas, because then I could like find a friend next turn potentially, but I'm hoping the Confuse Ray just works.
Attach. Evolution Incense. Half my cards are upside down.
Gabbi.
Actually, only a few have been upside down, like a little handful. Oh, maybe half. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, just leave it. There's nothing you can do about it now.
To get the Magnezone, though. That's where I was trying to go with that. It's just the cards are a little wild in here. And I'm going to attempt to do arm charge.
Really need a tails here.
Oh, I need a heads.
Really? No, you don't really need a heads. I really need a tails. You would like a heads. Tails!
Ah!
30 damage, because I take metal weakness. So you would have knocked me out.
Good.
Alright, draw for turn. Oh, we did get a Hatena. Okay. That's fine. We'll use Pokestop. Energy gone. Energy gone. Hatena gone. Pokestop. Why betray me like this?
This is very much like a risk it to get the biscuit kind of deck.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you're already confused. I don't need to
If you
confuse.
confuse me
I can
again,
attach.
does it unconfuse me?
No, I need to attach. We're gonna retreat into the Hatena, and then we are going to use Find a Friend. I'm hoping I have a Curlia. Okay, I do have 2 more Gardevoirs. That's good. Okay. Curlia. Alright, guys.
Draw for turn.
Yes.
Evolution Incense. Magnezone.
So are you getting another Magnezone out of your deck with Evolution Sense?
Oh, yeah. I forgot how it works.
Gabbi has a Magnezone in her hand. Hi, caramba.
I thought it was like a rare candy.
How am I losing this?
What am I getting? Oh, yeah, Magnezone.
We're in a absolute bind. We've already discarded, what, 4 at Psychic Energies. Haven't seen a single item card.
Okay, for the Magnezone.
Oh,
Oh, that was stupid. Okay.
the rare candy?
No.
No.
I wish. Okay. Now, I'm going to Giga Magnet. 1, 2, I don't know where that came from. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 1.
Just the one. On the 4th? Or is it the 3rd?
It's on the 4th again, yeah.
Wow.
Going back to the first game. I'm gonna attach it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's confused me, it's really irritating. Manual attach. And then, let's see if I'm confused.
You're using Mega Punch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah!
Confusion strikes again! My only saving grace in this matchup. Okay, draw for turn.
So annoying.
Oh, we pulled another Gardevoir. That's interesting. Okay, Pokestop. Oh, I could have used the research. Okay, rare candy. Alright, we're going to... Oh, though. No, because it won't work. Okay. So we got a rare candy, the Ralts, to evolve into Gardevoir. And then we get to use Shiny Arcana. Look at the top 2. Oh, that's actually... But I don't have... I still need... Okay, dang it. As I got the rare candy that I needed to evolve, I still don't have an energy. Because if I had the... I think I'd knock you out with Psychic. Dang, okay. So we got another rare candy, though. So we can use rare candy on Ralts to evolve into Gardevoir. And then we can use the Shiny Arcana again. Look at the top 2. And we didn't get any Psychic Energy or anything like that. That's unfortunate. Alright, we can evolve into the Curlia. And then we can use Fog Crystal. And I think I kind of want to go get energy, but I think I'm not going to. I think I want to make sure that I don't have a Mewtwo that I lose, right? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to use Find a Friend for our attack for the turn. And go get ourselves the last Gardevoir from the deck, so we don't discard it. And we're going to say it's Gabbi's turn.
Return.
So we still haven't really got to do anything, but we'll leave at least like set up.
just Pokestop.
Okay.
So, oh, 1,
Gabbi loses an unpheasant.
2.
What was the second one? A metal energy?
I didn't think
Oh.
anything. Okay. And then we're gonna
Giga
see if I'm
Magnet?
confused.
Giga Magnet?
Giga Magnet. Yes, we're gonna get Magnet. Thanks. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing. Let's see if I'm confused still. Yes!
Alright.
Knockout.
This is a really rough situation. Okay, I think we promote the Curlia. Well, it's just like we have so much energy in the graveyard. Okay, we'll draw for turn. Ha. Okay. I think we Pokestop first, because what I really want to do is I want to find the energy recycler before I start using shiny Arcanas. So we'll Pokestop first, energy recycler, egg incubator, and we lose the Ndidi, which is fine. So what we do first definitely is we energy recycler first. So we energy recycler in because after we use the what's the other card I'm thinking of? After we use the egg incubator, it might go on the bottom of the deck. So we don't want to like put the egg incubator on the bottom of the deck and then shuffle in a bunch of energy. We want to shuffle in the energy first and then use the egg incubator. Let's see, you have, how much health do you have? You have 160, right? Is that the math on that? Yeah, you have 160, which is exactly how much as Mewtwo does. So there's some possibility there. I get a good shuffle in. So hypothetically, if we need to reach 160, I think with a Gardevoir, that's how much energy is that? 4? Because I do 150 with 3 attached. Yeah, so I would need 4 attached. So possible. Okay, and now we egg incubator.
Sorry.
Fine. So we got Tails, so it goes on the bottom. Would have loved to have thinned a Pokemon out of our deck. And we use Shiny Arcana. Look at the top 2. We found 1 energy. Okay, so we can at least attach 1 energy here, because we might end up doing the teleportation burst to switch. We'll bench the Hatena we drew off the Shiny Arcana, and then we'll use Shiny Arcana number 2. Look at the top 2. We did not find the energy we needed there, and so that means I don't know if I want to evolve. Like, who am I? If I evolve, like, I'm just going to die, and I'm going to waste the energy that I put on there. Unless I literally draw, I would have to draw 2 to even do anything. So I think I want to save the energy. I really wish I had another Pokemon to like throw away, is what I kind of need. But I don't want to throw away the Hatena. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kind of hope you can't get out of it. And I'm going to... Oh, this is so risky. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna evolve in the Gardevoir, and then I'm going to use the 3rd Shiny Arcana. Because at least then I can like look through my deck a bit. Okay, we did get 1 energy, which we can attach to the Mewtwo. And then I don't want to just die right away. Although you are confused. So I have the boss's orders, which I'm thinking about tempting him to bring the Magnemite up. I don't want to, like, lose my energy. I don't have the ability to switch right now. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to just, like, play it like this. I really don't want to lose the last Gardevoir, though. Yeah, it's fine. I just gotta pass. I just have to hope that you confuse yourself. Because I thought about bossing up the Magnemite, but it just takes 1 energy for you to retreat, which is just easy for you to find off the Giga Magnet.
Egg incubator.
Alright. Hex.
It's any Pokemon, right? Or no, it's basic?
Basic. Onto the bench.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with the Melmetals.
Then I'm going to Giga Magnets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to attach it to Mono. Then attach manually to Magnezone. And then Pokestop. 1, 2, very handy. 3, or module. Okay. I'm going to Rare Candy the Magnemite into Magnezone. I'm going to do, if I can get it, a second Giga Magnet.
That's pretty scary. This is the first time Gabby's had all the Magnezones.
4,
Oh, this is getting ugly.
6. Oh, I almost went for 7.
That's so powerful. You know, you just put 4 energy into play this turn with the
Yeah.
attachment, and
I haven't got them both out at the same time until now.
that is pretty much all your energy, though. Like 9 energy. I don't know what you have in the graveyard, but at least 1.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think I'm just going to see if I'm confused.
Are you Mega Punching?
Yeah, the big one.
Tails, the confusion
God, this
stress.
is driving me insane.
The little Ralts has now done 90 damage to you.
I know.
Alright, draw for turn. Okay, Evolution Incense. We want to thin the deck out. So I think what that means is we're going to go get... Oh, we don't even have our second Mewtwo. I was like worried about discarding Mewtwo this whole time. We don't even have a second Mewtwo. That's so scary. Okay, we go get the Hatterene. That means we need to start taking prizes. I'm also looking, I feel like my deck felt pretty thin when it came to energy. So that's terrifying. Since you took 30 more damage, I now no longer need to get 4 energy on the Gardevoir to knock you out. I only have to get the 3, because I'll be doing 150. That'll knock you out. You have 100 and I think you have 130 HP left. Alright. So, tempted to Pokestop. I feel like that's a smart move. I only have 1 energy in the graveyard. I know there's a second energy recycler in my deck, or it could be my prizes, which would be unfortunate. But I kind of want to thin a little bit. So we are going to Pokestop. Lose a Research, lose an Indeedee, and we lose a... Well, Fog Crystal goes to our hand. So that actually was a perfect Pokestop. And then we get to start using our Shining Arcanas. So we Shining Arcana number 1. Look at the top 2. Neither of them are energy. Shining Arcana. To look at the top 2. Neither of them are energy. But one of them is... I don't even know if I have any. Let's just Lure Module. Because I don't even know if I have any... I think I might have like 1 Pokemon left. Dang, well, the top 2 were not energy, so I'm glad I did that. Yeah, I don't even have a lot of energy in my... I only have 1 energy in my graveyard. Alright, I do have 1 more Shiny Arcana. I don't have any more... I don't think I have any more basics in my deck, so I don't think there's any point in Egg Incubator. I don't really want to put it on the bottom. I guess I can, actually. We need an Egg Incubator. Tails, okay, goes on the bottom. I kind of wanted to look at my deck. That's cool. And we now get to Shiny Arcana number 3. Need 1 energy. Oh, we got energy, okay. So that goes in my hand. We're going to attach our energy to Mewtwo. Yep. Because what we're going to do is we're going to Fog Crystal to go get an energy out of our deck. The next 2 cards were energies. Energy into our hand. And we're going to use Rare Candy on the Hatena to evolve into the Hatterene. And we're going to use Witch Rondo to bring out the Mewtwo. And then you have to bring up a Pokemon from your bench. Gabbi goes for that. Oh. Baked me out. That's okay, because we're just going to boss orders the Melmetal back up.
Oh, it didn't matter.
I was kind of curious what you were going to bring up. I was like, oh, if she brings up the next other Melmetal, I might not even do anything. We'll attach for turn, and then we are going to use Transfer Break for knockout, and we'll move an energy down to the Hatterene.
Thank you for not being confused, Mr. Melmetal. Okay.
Oh, and I take 2 prizes.
Draw for turn. Hey, I get to play a Dialga.
Oh,
That's
fancy.
exciting.
Fancy.
Alright.
That Dialga is pretty scary. It can just keep powering itself up with more metal energies. Kind of similar to the Gardevoir's attack.
Then I'm going to Pokestop. 1 for Egg Incubator. 2, 3. Alright. I guess I'll just spin it. I don't really have anything to do at the moment with it. Okay. I'm going to Mega Punch for 140.
140.
I wanted to pick up a dice. Oh wait, I forgot to Giga Magnet. Can I Giga Magnet?
Fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It didn't matter.
I'm not sure how much energy you have, because you already have like 9. Well, you already have. You have 10 in play, basically. You have 6 in play, and you have 3.
I need to get
4.
some.
Yes, you already have
saucers.
10. Yeah. You already have 10 in play, either in play or in the
I
graveyard.
need to get metal saucers.
Alright, draw for turn. Fog Crystal, that's good. It wasn't an energy. I like that for us. So, we'll use Shiny Arcana number 1 to look at the top 2. They're both energy. So we're going to attach 1 there and 1 here. I kind of don't want to lose the Mewtwo. Actually, I guess what I could do is I could go both here. How much do I need to knock out from 220? I need... So we're definitely attaching 1 there for sure. So I do 60 plus 30 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon. So I do... With 3, I do 150. 4 is 180. So 4... And 4... Oh, I can't do the math, Gabbi.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to your math. I don't like math.
I know. So 4 is 180, 5 is 210, so I need 6. So if I go both here, I need 3 more, which is totally possible. So I might actually do that. And then I'm looking at, I have 1 energy in the graveyard. Actually, I don't know if I like. I'm just gonna play clean. Just gonna play clean. No reason to get frisky. We'll knock out the second Melmetal eventually. We do have another Mewtwo in our prizes. So we'll go like that. We'll use Shining Arcana again. Look at the top 2. We did find 2 more, so that's kind of fun. I guess if I go with the third Shiny Arcana and I get 2 more, I can just like retreat and knock out. That'd be pretty hilarious. We'll go Shiny Arcana. Next 2. Nope, neither of which. So glad we didn't risk that there. We can attach for turn here. And then we just transfer break. Yeah, well, we have 3 cards left in the deck. We'll transfer break for 160, and we'll move an energy. Let's see, we're already doing a lot there. I don't think I even need any more than that. Yeah, so we'll move it to this Gardevoir.
Turn. And 140
For
for
knockout.
knockout.
Alright, down goes Mewtwo. I need. So you did 160, so you have 80 HP left. So
I did 140.
Oh,
You
no,
did
I did 160.
160.
That's what I meant. I did 160. Okay, so we can go like that. Because we only need to find a couple more. Alright, we draw for turn. And then what we're going to do is we're going to... I thought I had an energy attachment. I did not. Okay. I think what we got to do then is we got to
Dang it, I forgot to Giga Magnet.
energy recycler
That's fine, I probably
to
did my
put
energies
1, 2,
anyways.
3. And so it's just those 3 back in the deck. Oh wow, this is kind of scuffed. That's okay.
Do you mean like literally the card is scuffed, or is that
No,
like a
no.
term that I'm not
Like
understanding?
it's sketchy.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, Evolution Incense. I just kind of want to see what's in here. Okay, so 4 energy and a lure module. Okay. So I do have a path out of this, I think. Alright, we'll go like that. And then we will use Shiny Arcana. I really want to find 2 here. Oh, one of them was the lure module. Okay. So I wanted to keep the lure module in the deck. That's fine, though. We'll just Fog Crystal. Let's go get an energy. Shuffle these 2 back up. And then we will go there. And then we'll... So we attach for turn. And we use Brainwave for knockout.
Draw for turn.
You trying to boss me up?
So, okay. Attach.
Didn't get the Mewtwo off the prizes.
Giga Magnet.
And that Dialga can get really strong real fast.
Nothing.
I wonder if you have any energy left to the deck. Because now that's your 11th energy. I think you're only playing like 12 or 13.
1, 2, 3. Sorry, that was a second.
I know.
4, 5, 6.
What you really need is the Metal
Metal
Saucers.
saucers.
I only have 2 cards left in my deck, so I have to take knockouts the next 2 turns.
I can't knock you out with Magnezone.
I take double damage here, though.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. I'm gonna Pokestop.
Oh, Gabbi lost the bot. What was that?
Metal Saucer!
What was the other one?
It was a lure module.
Lure module? Okay.
Metal Saucer once. Okay. Then, yeah, I'll have to Power Beam for knockout.
Alright. Promote the Hatterene. And we'll draw for turn. And we attach.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
What?
This one had way more energy.
Oh, like you could have bossed it up? And we Psychic for knockout. Does 180 because you have 3 energy attached. I guess I attached here. I should have attached
double?
Here. From metal, my Gardevoirs do. The Hatterines are dark weak.
Okay. Draw for turn. Attach.
Oh.
I got one off my prizes.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then, so on Metal Blast it does 60 plus 2, 4, 6, 60, 120, but it's double because
No, I'm not. He's dark weak. These are metal weak.
Oh, never mind.
Do you want to boss me up?
Yeah. I want to boss up this Gardevoir.
All right.
And then knock it out.
Okay. Bring up the Hatterene.
Can you knock it out?
Yeah, so Psychic is going to do, because you have 3 attached, so Psychic is going to do 180. And I take the last prize. That literally came down to the last card of my deck.
Yeah.
Mewtwo was the last prize. That was so close. These decks are pretty fun.
They are fun.
As you just saw, the Mewtwo V deck was able to take this one down in the 2-1 victory. This was a really close match with a lot of back and forth, and I think these 3 games really showed how interesting these 2 decks are facing off against each other. You can see in the first game, the Melmetal V deck was very powerful early on, got off to a quick start with the Unpheasant, powering up the Melmetal and doing a ton of early damage, putting the pressure on and preventing the Mewtwo deck from building up its stage 2s and just taking down a quick victory. And then the next 2 games, you can see how the once you get the stage 2s out for the Mewtwo V deck, that you can start clawing back and start coming back in games. We definitely got a little bit of luck, quite a bit of luck actually, in the Mewtwo V deck in that game 3 with all those confusion tail flips that ended up on Gabbi's Melmetal V, causing it to damage itself and keeping the Ralts alive until we could get all of the Pokemon and the item cards that we needed to build up for our late game powerful attacks. So those were really fun matchups, really great, and kind of showed off, these 2 decks trying to do 2 separate things and, which one could hold on and be strong enough in the end. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to have a lot more Pokemon trading card game content coming, a lot more card openings, tabletop videos, things like that. So if you want to see more of that, please feel free to stick around and check out some other videos and things like that. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your week or rest of your day, and we hope to see you next time.